Hi there. Hi, I'm Sunita. Welcome to my channel. Just about basics now, going back to basics on sort of got back pain, sciatica pain, etc. Let's have a go. So it's all on the mat, nothing complicated. You're going to start off in a lying down position. So feet and legs hip width apart. You're going to carefully lower yourself down onto your mat. Your feet are hip width apart, not too far away or too close to your bottom or your hamstrings. Okay. Make sure you're fairly got your neutral pelvis. Your feet are flat on the floor. You're opening your back, your breastbone and your rib cage is soft. So I'm just going to start with some shoulder drops. So arms up to ceiling, palms facing. Some of these may be familiar. Going to peel and mount. Lengthen those fingertips. It's really important. I know it's back pain, but we're warming up the upper body first. And then scissor the arms, mindful of your rib cage. Take your arms where you can keep your ribs soft. Some arm openings. Obviously, you can do a little more than this if you're pressed for time. As many reps as I'm doing, otherwise you can make it a little bit longer. Okay, and bring the arms down by your sides, down by your mat. You can take it wide if you want to, so just making sure your upper back and your mid back stays wide, your sacrum's heavy. So you're doing the openings, open out, and make sure that supporting leg doesn't go down with it. You're peeling off the inner border of the foot where the knee opens. Great stuff. So you might feel a pull slightly, especially if you've got mainly for like sciatica back pain, you may feel a slight pull. So you're really engaging into your side body. Good job. One more each way. And then last one. Great. And then you can complement that with a hip roll. So squeezing those inner borders of the feet together, the inner thighs, arms out to the side. We can take the knee over to one side, make sure the feet and the legs are stacked. Squeezing the thighs together. Now use the back to come back, pull back with the back of the ribs, the waist, the hips, and then finally the sacrums the other way. Now make sure you haven't got that leg lifted. It's evenly stacked, away as far as well. Don't worry, your hips will roll, but your upper back will stay wide. Back of the ribs, waist, hips, sacrum. One more each way. Obviously you can do more. I'm just going to keep it as short as I can. Back of the ribs, waist, hips, sacrum, and then even yourself out. Last side. Squeeze those inner thighs together before you return. Back of the ribs, waist, hips, sacrum. Okay, feet and legs hip width apart. I've got an overboard with me as well, so we can do a bit of both. Okay, so you're back in that neutral position. Your sacrum's heavy. You're going to do the basic curl-ups. One hand on top of the other behind the back of your skull. Okay, peripheral vision of your elbows. Now you're going to keep that waist long. You're going to inhale. Sacrum stays heavy. As you exhale, you lift. Keep the waist long. Okay, and then inhale to come down. Exhale to lift. You can do it in 2 or 4 breaths. You can inhale here, exhale down. You can inhale and exhale. I know it's complicated, but as long as you're breathing, it's fine. So the main thing, I'm just doing 2 breaths. Inhale to prepare, exhale to lift, inhale to come down, lovely. And lift. So as you're doing this, making sure your abdominals are connected. And then with this, you can do your oblique curl up and curl, return. Return. If you want to use your legs, you can. If it's pulling on your back, leave the legs out. But if you can, that's fine. Get your hamstring and glutes connected. One more each way. And last one. I'll do the variation with the ball as well, okay, if we have the time. Great stuff. And then coming back. Okay, bring your arms down. Just take your head over to one side and the other side. Okay. Mix and match. We can do our single knee fold. Sacrum stays heavy. And in. Any clicking? Get those hamstrings connected. If your back pulls, don't bring it as far in. Okay, especially for sciatica, you might feel a slight pull. So just take it a little bit slow, a little bit less intensive on that side that hurts more. 2 more. And last one. Now we're going to do, you've got a choice. The shoulder bridge, you can lift. And again, that you may feel a pull. Press the feet down lower. Or if you can do the breathing, you can take the arms back. So sort of into a rib cage closure position, press the feet down. So either one, arms down or arms up. Inhale to come up, 1 unit, but keep the spine long. Exhale to lower. Inhale. So the weight's on your feet. You can feel that in your hamstrings. You can feel that working your back. So hopefully it won't be on the injured side. Inhale. Exhale. So working the muscles around where the pain is. Last one. Inhale. And exhale to lower. Great stuff. Okay, I might repeat that with the ball. If it's too much of effort to come here, we can, and you can still keep your sacrum heavy, we'll work with the ball. So behind the tips of your shoulder blades, sorry, between your shoulder blades, feet legs hip width apart. You've got a bit high now. One hand on top of the other behind the back of your skull. You're going to come into extension if that's not too painful. You're still, the sacrum will be heavy. It'll be slightly lifted here because you've got the ball. Exhale to come up. Inhale, just give you a little bit of support, but obviously do see how you feel with that one. If pain persists, obviously check with a medical profession. But these are just like brief guidelines because I went through some kind of pain myself for a few weeks. So do just use this as a guidance. Lovely. And then if you want to do your oblique curl up, it's here. Obviously you're higher up. Hands into the head, head into the hands. If you want to use the legs, I know it'll seem like a really short chain, but you're keeping as much weight, as much length in the waist as you can. I'll talk at the same time. Last one. Well done. Okay, and then bring everything down. Stretch everything out. After that. So feet and legs hip width apart. Just let the knees roll to one side. It's not to go all the way down. You can have support actually if you use a ball. And then look the other way. You've got that support there, so you're not usually on the floor. Connect the abs back to the centre, and then you can do the other side. Let the knees fall, and then look the other way. Okay, and then one last stretch, especially back and sciatica pain. Back to the centre, one of my faves. So you can stretch out one leg, bend the other leg over, support your hands, and it doesn't have to go all the way down. If there's too much of a pull, just keep it less to the ground and look the other way. Lovely. And back to the centre, connect your centre, and then you might feel a pull on these again. It's my weak side. And again, you can use your ball if you want to, but otherwise, just use your body weight to stretch there. So that will really ease that pain, really stretch those muscles out. And the back centre, one of my faves. Feet heels together, toes apart, and just rock from side to side. Let's give it a bit of a massage there. Perfect. Okay, so using the ball again, I'm going to do, as we did the single knee fold, we did it here. It may be too much to do toe taps from here. It may just pull on your back. So if you want to do, obviously you don't have to, but if you wanted to, for that support, you can do single knee fold here. And then you might feel comfortable doing single toe taps if you want to. It won't pull as much on that injured back, but just see how you get on. Obviously see which is best for you. The upper body stays released, the toe taps here, and it's not, you don't have to touch the ground if it's going to be hard for you, okay? So you can still play around with these ones. You can do your hip rolls with these, and it's a little bit more challenging. Or hip rolls with these here. I'm going to get very far, I can't anyway. Or you can use it for your hip rolls. You want that support on the knee. You do hip rolls here. Okay, Okay, so you've got that support in between the legs and you have something to squeeze on. So there's lots and lots of variations. Okay, excellent. Okay, moving on. Have a stretch band as well for stretches, but I won't use it today. Okay, I just might use it on the next one. So again, rock from side to side. Now I'm going to go to 4-point kneeling. So carefully coming up, you can roll over to one side to come up into seated, and then you're going to come into your rest position to start off with. So this really opens the back. If you need a cushion to support you in between your heels and your bottom, you can use it. Okay, so 4-point kneeling. Feet and legs hip width apart. You can take your hands underneath your shoulders, otherwise you want a bit of space, just take it away. Spread the fingers long and don't lock the elbows. Okay, so we're going to do our tabletop. Press the shins into the mat. Now think about not swaying from side to side, just stay in your center. So you'll need your lower abdominals and your obliques to really work overtime to keep you here. So you're going to take opposite legs, opposite arms, even up my breast, think. You can slide or you can lift, stay in that center, and then coming back again. You may feel a pull, so don't hold it for too long. But these are great for strengthening the lower back and any sciatica problems. Away. I found really helpful to start with. If it's impossible, like to use the hands as well, you can just start off with slides. Or to lift. Okay, so you've got supported on the upper body side, so just using your legs only. Okay, slide or lift. And then sit back on the heels and then stretching that lower back. Inhale. And exhale. Lovely. Okay. Extensions. One I did forget on the back, which I'll go back to again. Okay. Back extension exercises, these will really help. So really strengthen the mid and the upper back. So you're going to carefully lie onto your stomach, spin your inner thighs. Okay, so you've got one hand on top of the other, releasing the upper back, resting the head down, feet and legs are hip width apart. Now you're sending your tailbone towards your feet. The crown of the head is going this way, so it's like being pulled apart. So you're going to inhale, connect your center. As you exhale, your gaze and your chest is forward, so keeping the tailbone long. Inhale at the top and then exhale to lower. We tend to want to go high, but you think long rather than lifting. I'm guilty of it too. Inhale, exhale. Inhale where you are. Exhale to come down. If you want the hands and head together, exhale. So inhale. Exhale to lengthen. Now inhale to lengthen more. Spine gets longer. Exhale to lengthen. If that aggravates anything, keep the hands down. So you've got a variation, or you can hover, lengthen, and hover lower. Okay, and then lower everything down. Excellent. Okay, so you can do some little kicks here. I'll show legs. Little lift and low, so you're lifting the front of the thigh, just really small, and then change. And then we can do our single leg kicks here, but again with caution. Also, I might do the double leg kicks. Squeeze the legs together, knees, shoes, feet, and legs hip width apart. You're coming onto your forearms, pull the elbows in towards you. Okay, squeeze or keep them legs apart, heel to bottom, 1, 2, pull. Lift the chest and the gaze, which is not easy. Okay, you can do about half a dozen of these. Connect your center. 2 more. Last one, lovely. And then lower everything down. Great job. Okay. So, the leg series as well will help. I found that really helpful because mainly everything, it's really flexion that really hurts. So the extension things, I'll just do one side. Obviously you can repeat the other side. You can do your leg kicks. You can have this knee bent, both legs bent, or you can straighten. Okay, you can do forward and back here. if it doesn't hurt your back. Otherwise, because you're in extension, you feel it feels okay. It felt okay for me to do my leg series on these ones. 1, 2, 1, 2. Everything helps. So the more you strengthen these muscles, the better it is. And then forward. Remember, you can bend the knee and have your legs here forward and back. And then when you do this one, you can have your leg in line with the hip or the legs forward. Flex. Oh, sorry. Point up. And then flex you as you resist flow. My foot's disappearing. I apologize. Point. Flex as you lower. 2 more. So about rolling back, and then last one. One is really good. Oyster. We call it also called the clam. Working the glutes. So this is where our glutes get weak, and obviously all the pressure's on the lower back. So let's lower the feet. I usually lift it. So you're having your feet flex, sticking the bottom out, inner borders of feet connected, inner thighs connected, stick the bottom out, open, close. So really just to strengthen the glutes. So lift it, squeeze the bottom, open, close, and then knee and heel. Okay? Great. If you do both sides of these ones, I'll just do it briefly, so you might be able to see my foot then. So what we did, careful, don't go as quick as that, carefully over to the other side. 1 bent, 1 straight. Make sure you're not rolling back, stay forward. I'll do this with this leg bent. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, now towards the screen. Great, and then point, flex. You can pause this anytime. I'm doing this one quicker because it's just to demonstrate the second side. And then we went on to the oyster, stick the bottom out, open, close, and then the great. And then obviously you can do your stretches. You can stretch your quads if your back's not pulling. And you can do a hamstring stretch. So you can do a few stretches, or you can use your stretch band if you want to. Okay, the one which I forgot, I'll go back to it. It's into lying down position again. You can add that onto, again, pause it. You can add that onto the first bit. So feet and legs are hip width apart. Yeah, this is one I was meant to include within the openings. So slide, so make sure you've got your back and feet can slide. So you're going to slide your left leg and your right arm to ribcage closure, and then slide back. So this keeps you in square. Slide back, and then you can do a single knee fold with this one, and then lower down. Okay. The other side, right leg, left arm, and you can do any side. You can start with any side. I'm going to do the opposite side. Watch your ribcage and watch you're not swaying or rotating. Single knee fold. Let's do one more each way. You can do more. Make sure you slide, you're not lifting that foot. So opposite legs, opposite arms. And slide back. Add your single knee fold. And then slide. Return. And single knee fold in. Great. Knees into the chest. Head, neck and shoulders in. And rock from side to side. Massaging out lower back. So just to sum it up, well done. Carefully come to seated and you finish, and then come into standing the safe way you can. So just to sum up, I do hope if you have back pains, I just do hope that you do recover it. It is awful. It's debilitating. It stops you doing things. So sciatica pain, everything. So these are just little tips. Obviously, check if you need to check with your medical profession, but otherwise, these are like great to do just to keep you mobile and keep you stretched. Okay, great. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Take care for now. Bye.